Hello viewers, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get Spellbreaker. It is an awesome shield. It's one of the Daedric artifacts, and it gives you, obviously it's a shield, so it gives you nice sword defense, but it also gives you magic suppression. So when you hold it up and raise it, you saw that little lesser ward thing here. So yeah, it gives you 50 points of damage, and if you do want to get it, then you have to go to the Shrine of Perity or Periite. I don't know how you say it, but basically it's here on the map. You've got to speak to Kesh the Clean. He talks to you about his Daedric Prince, Periite, Perity. I don't know which one it is. I'm just going to try and stick to one, but I'm probably going to end up saying both of them. Ask him about the incense, and essentially he says, oh, if you make up this incense and you breathe in the incense, you can potentially commune with Perity. So that starts the only cure, the Daedric thing, and you're going to get vampire dust, a deathbell flower, and obtain a silver ingot. And once you've done that, go back to Kesh the Clean. He'll put it all in this lovely golden pot by this mouldy tree, and just like the first photo that you ever edited, you turn the saturation up way too high, and well, this happens. So, super saturated Skyrim, there we go. There's probably, that looks like there's a dragon or a bird overhead, but we'll ignore that. And we start speaking to Perity. He says he's got mortals working for him, these afflicted, and they no longer serve a purpose. They're not like that, they don't please him. And so you've got to get rid of him. You've got to get rid of this high elf, I think it's a high elf called Orchendor, who's the leader of this afflicted sort of band of mini army that's infected, essentially. It's in Bthardamz, which is not far from here, and it's, don't confuse it with Bthardel, which is part of the Ethereum Forge quest, which I do actually have a thing for. But anyway, yeah, rats appear. You say like, oh, what can I do? What do I get for it? And he says this:
an escutcheon of Dwemer make, capable of shielding you from both the spell and sword.
Going to make us a shield. But there you go, that's what I was going to say. Sorry about that random silence bit there. I've edited the video to how I think I can talk about it. I'm trying a new editing technique, so basically I'm just going to see how it goes. Let me know how it goes. It's going to be a bit awkward, just like me running into a rock as I've found Bthardamz. So yeah, so I've dropped in round the back. There actually are two afflicted out the front. I accidentally killed when I was doing the Ethereum Forge quest, which as I mentioned. But anyway, you want to head down there. If you don't start this quest, there's a huge like sprawl of vines and trees that actually stop you from getting in there. So make sure to start the quest properly. Don't just try and bypass it and jump straight in here. It won't work. But anyway, head in there. It's basically a Dwemer-Dwarven ruin. The only difference being there's human enemies in here that have these like poison attacks, and there's poison everywhere. There's a load of chests, there's loads of gold ore, and there's loads of these poison vases, which don't actually do anything, it just makes it green. Yeah, if you're wondering why that person's red, I'm wearing the Shroud of the Nocturnal. I don't have a video for, because when I tried to video that, it was absolutely all over the place, and honestly, I didn't even understand it. Now, I will say, there are a lot of enemies. They're not necessarily hard to take on, but I did it mostly stealthed. I'll show you just how stealthed I am right now, whereas these lot are communing or trying to commune with Periite. Basically, Periite doesn't talk to them, and so you're quite lucky that they speak to you, and obviously, yeah, he's not talking to anyone anymore. And see, it's weird, they're like trapped in a trance, because they saw me, and then they didn't see me, I stole from them, and then did that. So, yeah, but I do like to include the assassinations, because I just think they're cool, to be honest. Yeah, plenty of lockpicks as well off all these people, but yeah, you work your way through. There are a couple of, there are a lot of enemies, and some of them are a lot stronger than others, as you can see. They're sort of like either destruction mages or spell swords. So some of them, like that one I've just killed, will have a sword and will also like shoot poison, and then the others will just basically shoot poison and then like electrical frost. A couple of puzzles, it's not really a puzzle, it's a lever. But yeah, it's quite actually hard to make your way around this place, just because it's so long, and you find yourself going back on yourself. I just unlocked the forward roll in between takes there, and yeah, so I rolled into two Dwarven Spheres. Dwarven Spheres, they're probably and arguably probably the hardest enemy other than the boss fight at the end to actually take on, purely because they're just so tanky, and their ability to spot you, unlike this lady here, is a lot better. So yeah, working our way through all of this, and this is what I mean by like there's walls between like the rooms, and you have to go in and out of the rooms to like work your way around the walls. And watch this guy here. He's gone through a door, and he's had to go through another room up to the top by me, and he immediately teleported there. And I reckon that the Skyrim logic, however the engine works, is that time like doesn't work. In the sense that if you're not in that room, they can immediately travel from one end of a room to another to the exit to you, because that was a really long way around. There was no way they could have done that unless they were the ultimate Dovahkiin and had some whirlwind sprint. But anyway, these two here, I spared these two because they were siblings, and it said in the dialogue, as you might be able to read some of it, they wanted to escape. So I thought, right, I'm gonna kill everyone, spare them, and then they're gonna walk out. Obviously it doesn't actually happen because this game's 14 years old, but I spared them. And you might see that this could be a good thing later on in the video, and I'll mention it in at that point. So yeah, spare them if you want, completely up to you. I mean, you might even bypass them, but yeah, this is just how big this place is. There's a huge like communal area here, like where they seem to be having discussions, but then I decided to use Fury so that they'd fought each other. Didn't work on that one, but yeah, this took me like almost an hour. I think it took me over an hour to like from start to finish, but obviously I was yapping as I am now. I was using Fury spells, I was like doing every lockpick, every extra room, sneaking the whole way, so I wasn't exactly sprinting. So yeah, it can take a while, but I reckon you could probably, as a regular like class, do it from start to finish in like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. But yeah, anyway, we got to the final room with Orchendor, and I was like, do you know what, I wonder if I can speak to him and be like, or, you know, Perry, once you're gone, wants to kill you, I'm going to give you the option to just disappear. So I stand up, and yeah, he's not happy. So I'm thinking, right, do I just like maybe make a swing at him? And then he uses poison breath, and then I try and use calm, and I miss twice. And then on the third calm, I realise that he's too powerful for calm, because of course he is. I'm like, right, I've done a sneak attack on everyone else, might as well do it on him. So reload, and we're gonna creep up on him. And I think I make the really stupid error of trying to pickpocket him, which I'm not sure with these bosses if the percentage to steal is accurate, because whenever I try and steal from a boss, even if it, for example, says 70%, 70%, 90%, I find it never works. I don't know if I'm just really unlucky, but there you go. Got discovered straight away. Could have got a lovely sneak attack off, but I didn't. So, when it comes to Orchendor, he has ice spikes, the frost, like, mist thing. He also has the poison breath, and he can teleport. So if you get too close to him, or you melee him too much, because he's not very good at the melee, he will just disappear. So the fight sort of goes on like that a little bit. I try and use strangulation to maybe get down his health and heal me at the same time, but he's got a lot of health, and those ice spikes are doing a number. So I switch to fast healing and basically just run at him, keep trying to swing at him, then he will teleport, and then I just jump at him, probably hurt myself in the process, keep swinging at him, and he will eventually go down. I'm actually using Maroon's Razor, so I could have got an insta-kill, but I wasn't lucky enough at that point. But I am just going to keep swinging at him. And oh, and this is really cool, actually. So, he goes to teleport, and I stab through the portal, and I actually do get an insta-kill right at the end then, because he had a lot of health. He had like a good third of a health left then. But yeah, we got him, killed him through his portal. He appeared back in this plane, and yeah, do a little bit of looting, but this is not what we're here for. We want to oh, by the way, it's a really cool necklace. I don't know if you'll get that in your run, but a necklace of mending, that's quite nice for an Argonian. But anyway, we go back to the Shrine of Perity, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put my appropriate clothing on. I think I put on my hood. Yeah, Shrouded Cloud. There we go. I actually recorded this 2 months ago, over 2 months ago, and I just never got round to it. You need to speak to Kesha Glen again, and then going over to the incense to commune with Perity again, in order to be like, yeah, I've done it. Obviously he knows, because he's a god, he knows you've done it. And you can get your reward, which is Spellbreaker. So there we go. Mega saturated again, probably ethereal rats are going to appear and all that stuff now. But yeah, that's all done, and we get Spellbreaker, as you can see here. So there you go. Was that a good way of editing it? Is that an entertaining way of editing it? I sort of did a bit of a walkthrough, gave you some tips and tricks. It wasn't like robotic. Hopefully that was okay for you. But anyway, yeah. Oh, watch when I aim in now. Look, so when I raise my shield, it does like a lesser ward or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Thank you very much if you did make it this far into the video, and as always, do leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe for more, and I shall see you in the next one.